Hello everyone, this is part 6 of What If Naruto Was Like Edward Elric in Fullmetal Alchemist, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
After the final attack on Gato's stronghold, the feeling in Wave was increasing with momentum. After knowledge of Gato's death reached the ears of the villagers, they got together immediately and ran the remainder of Gato's cronies out of their town. Sasuke was slightly placated as he and the genin on the team that did not fight, minus Eiko, ended up helping the villagers dispose of the thugs. The village had rallied around the ninja who had come to help them in their time of need, and after finding out that Naruto was the one who had dealt death to their tyrant, he was elevated to god-like status among the people of Wave. Being that with Gato gone there was no longer any threat against Tazuna and the bridge, the ninja were allowed a reprieve for the time being. As they went out around town, all any villager would ask about was things involving Naruto, what he looked like, what he was like, what he liked to do, all of these things and more. The only thing was that Naruto was not exactly around to be able to enjoy his newfound popularity in a foreign country. After the night of the attack, Naruto would walk through the forest every morning and sit by the lake, just staring out at nothing. He would just sit for hours. Kakashi couldn't budge him, even after giving him the obligatory, killing is a part of ninja life, speech. Eiko, joined by Sakura after she came around to seeing Naruto for who he was, both tried to console him by telling him that they didn't think he was evil for how he killed Gato. It still did nothing, the most it got out of him was a nod and a small smile. Blank would sometimes just sit and stare with him for a few hours not saying a word. Blank wanted Naruto to initiate conversation, he didn't want to try and force it on the boy. Even Zabuza stopped by to say he would have done the same thing if he had been the one to catch Gato himself. Joshiro had not gone to see Naruto since the night in question. He had spent the majority of the time inside the house trying to take care of Haku. He felt 100% responsible for Haku's gunshot wound to her chest. If he and Naruto had not been messing around and underestimated him, he would never have gotten the jump on him in the first place. They could have simply incapacitated him when they entered the room. He was also eternally grateful to her for the fact that she had put her life on the line for his ototo. She didn't have to take the gunshot for him, she chose to because she thought it was right. He could never repay her for that. He was just glad that Naruto had killed Gato so quickly. From what Kakashi had told him, Naruto put the troll through the ringer before popping him like a pimple. Gruesome, yes, totally deserved, you got it. He had just walked back into the room housing Haku to find her awake. Well, sleepyhead, it's good to see you back among the living. He sat down next to her futon and waited for her to speak. Zabuza-sama, is he okay? Joshiro nodded. Yeah, Arjunan had him incapacitated and they allowed him to surrender before you got, well, you know. Haku reached to her chest where she still felt the pain. How did I survive? Joshiro smirked. Naruto got his ass into second gear and ran to get Eiko for you. She might not actually be a full-on medical ninja, but she's way better than the rest of us at that shit. I could hardly stop your bleeding long enough for her to get there. Joshiro clenched his fists as he looked down to the floor. I'm sorry, Haku-chan, it's because of me and Naruto goofing around that you got hurt. He grabbed her hand. If we had just looked for him the second we got inside instead of cracking jokes to psyche him out, then that entire scenario would have never happened. Because of us, because of me, you got hurt. You almost died. I'm so sorry. Haku raised his head with her hand. I'm not mad at you, either of you. I could have stayed down outside, but I chose to stop the attack for you two instead of letting you die. I don't regret it because not only did I save you, you saved me, so I think we're even. Haku winked at Joshiro and they laughed. No, Haku-chan, I still owe you. You saved my little brother. I can't thank you enough for that. Without you, I think today would be a whole lot worse right now. Haku tilted her head slightly. How long was I out for, Joshiro-kun? Joshiro paused to count on his fingers. Like for 4 days now. Haku's eyes widened. Really? Wow. Joshiro nodded. So has Zabuza-sama come to see me since? Haku, I've been here every damn hour for the last 4 days. Zabuza walked into the room with his arms crossed over his chest. The only one that's been here more than me is your red-eyed Romeo over there. Joshiro deadpanned a look and flipped Zabuza the bird while Haku giggled. Zabuza walked towards the two as he kneeled in front of Haku. Haku, are you well? ? You were pretty bad back there. Haku smiled and nodded. Yes, Zabuza-sama, I'm fine. Joshiro-kun and his teammates saved me. Zabuza sighed. Haku, you don't have to call me Zabuza-sama anymore, you don't work for me any longer. Haku looked as if she would cry. You don't follow my orders any longer after today. We've been captured by the Konoha ninja, they will be taking us with them when we leave this place. I don't know what will happen to me. I'm a missing ninja of Kirigakure, but you should be fine though, you aren't actually a ninja. In addition to that, you are a child with a Kekai Genkai. Haku recoiled at the mention of her bloodline. Haku, this isn't Kiri, in Konoha they actually embrace Kekai Genkai. Joshiro snorted in amusement. Embrace ? More like kiss their asses. You've seen Sasuke, right? Those villagers are his bitches. Zabuza raised a brow. The Uchiha without a Sharingan ? They embrace him ? Your kid brother is twice the ninja he is. Joshiro sighed. I know, but it took 3 months to convince his team that. Kakashi didn't give a fuck until the first fight with you where Naruto saved his ass. His pink-haired teammate didn't care until Eiko grabbed her and slapped the bitch out of her last week, and the Uchiha kid still treats him like shit. Although since Naruto made Gato look like a fucked up piñata, I haven't heard a peep from him. It's actually been kind of nice around here lately. The Sakura girl is actually pretty nice when she isn't screeching. Haku was now curious. Joshiro-kun, what happened to Gato after he shot me ? Joshiro looked at Zabuza who stared back. What are you looking at me for, kid? You saw the body too. She asked you, not me. Tell her what she asked for. Joshiro shrugged as he looked at Haku. Alright then Haku-chan, listen up because it ain't pretty. The runt fucked him up. Haku raised her eyebrow. How bad was it ? What did he do ? Joshiro shifted on the floor. Well, when I saw him he had his entire right foot crushed, his arm was totally shattered at the elbow, he had deep slashes on his face too, it sucked having to fish that thing out of the water. Haku's eyes widened. Fished ? You fished his body out of the water. Joshiro shook his head. No Haku-chan, I mean just his head, his body was still on the dock. Haku almost fell back onto her pillow. Naruto-kun cut his head off ? Joshiro shook his head again. Wrong again, beautiful. Naruto didn't cut his head off so much as he ripped his head off. It was not clean. It was not even. It fucking looked like he pulled it from his neck like fucking taffy, like a goddamned broken Pez dispenser. Haku's color had drained from her face. Joshiro noticed her discomfort and tried to cover Naruto's ass. When you went down, Haku-chan, Naruto took it hard. Really hard. I think if he had started trying to keep you alive and I was off to the side like he was, I think I would have butchered Gato worse than he did. Zabuza nodded, then spoke to Joshiro. Speaking of the little brat, he's been at the lake ever since the fight. I think he's in shock from his first kill. Joshiro sighed. No, it's not that. I made sure he was always ready for his first kill, and it being a guy like Gato, I don't think he could have popped his cherry on anyone better. No, I know what it is. Sorry Haku-chan, I've got to go save the kid from himself. He waved back as he left the room. Zabuza spoke up. Those are some weird-ass kids. Haku nodded. Yeah, but they are the most interesting ninjas I've ever met. XXX. Joshiro came out of the woods to see Sakura standing behind Naruto, who was sitting on a rock looking out over the lake. Walking over, he caught the attention of Sakura, who ran up to him. Joshiro, Naruto has been sitting out on that rock for days. I don't think I've seen him eat or sleep since that night. What happened to him ? Joshiro looked at her. You mean you didn't see Naruto or Gato's body after the fact ? She shook her head. No, I just know that he killed him. Why is he so upset ? Gato was scum. What he did to Haku, what he tried to do to you both, he shouldn't be so down. Joshiro put his hands on her shoulders. Get back to the house, relax, tell Kakashi I'm handling it. I'll be out here as long as he is, so don't worry. She looked up with worried eyes. Are you sure? I want him to know I don't think he's a monster, that it's okay. Joshiro furrowed his mouth. Somehow I don't think anyone's opinion will help right now. Trust me, this is a dude thing. If you're here he'll feel uncomfortable and then you'll hear some stuff that I'm sure you really don't want to hear. Understand ? Well, I didn't really lie to her. Sakura frowned but nodded and walked back to the house. After making sure she was gone, he walked up to Naruto and slapped him on the back of his neck. Naruto turned while rubbing his neck. "Kami, big boss, took you long enough to get out here. Do you know how close I was to cracking? One almost fucking told Sakura just now." Joshiro flicked his ear and sat so next to him. "Shut up, you're fine, you wouldn't have told her. Haku-chan just woke up like an hour ago, you know I stayed with her the entire time." Naruto smirked. "I knew it, you're crushing on Haku-chan so hard." Joshiro narrowed his eyes. "Whatever, kid, now come on, I'm not here to fill you in on the daily scoop, go ahead and tell me why you're out here. I already know, but I want to hear it from you." Naruto took a deep sigh. "You know about how I killed Gato, right? Joshiro nodded. "Yeah, you beat the piss out of him and ripped his head off." Naruto shook his head. "No, I tortured him and then I squeezed his head off." Joshiro went wide-eyed. "You squeezed it off, until it popped? Like a fucking champagne cork? Well, hot damn then." Naruto's head was down while he nodded. "Yeah, and the scary thing was that I enjoyed every second of it, the chase, the beating, his screams. I think I almost jizzed in my pants when he started bribing me. It was like I wasn't myself." Joshiro nodded sagely. "It was the fox, right? Naruto drooped further. I think it just takes over whenever I'm overly stressed." Joshiro looked confused. "But you've been upset before, you've been scared before, hell, you've almost died before. You almost died the night I met you." Naruto's head snapped up. Actually, big boss, now that I think about it, I have had it happen before." Joshiro looked over. "What? When? Naruto smiled nervously. "The night we met, before I lost my arm. I was attacked by a mob of people. When I lost consciousness from their beating, a voice said that it could give me power. I just wanted to live, so I took it. Ever since then I've always had this little voice in my head, telling me to hurt people who mistreat me, to get my revenge on them. The level of the voice depends, like when Sasuke calls me Dobe or Sakura calls me Baka or something like that, the voice will be faint, I can comprehend it but it's easy to ignore. The worst it ever was when Haku-chan was shot. I was so mad, it should have been me and I kept blaming Gato, the voice was so strong, so loud, I couldn't block it out and I gave into it." Naruto looked at his hands. "The power, it felt so good, I felt so much relief, like I was blocked up for so long and it just released. But I knew it was wrong, I knew it was wrong when you yelled at me to go get Eiko-chan, because all I could think about was getting her so I could go hunt Gato down and hurt him. And when I finally caught him, the feeling of crushing his body with my bare hands was," Naruto shuddered. "I mean, even when I was popping his head off I was choking back my own bile. I felt disgusting, dirty, but it felt good, big boss. And I'm afraid, what if next I have a hair trigger temper and snap on someone close to me, if I maim them? Or worse, I'd never forgive myself." The two brothers sat in contemplative silence for a few minutes before Joshiro spoke. "So, just kick its ass." Naruto gave him a look. "What the hell are you talking about, you fucking dope fiend? Have you been eating Haku-chan's pain pills? What are you talking about? Kick its ass? How the hell am I going to do that? It's inside me." Joshiro gave him an obvious look. "Yeah, exactly, it's inside you, it's not like you gotta go look for it or something." Naruto started pulling his hair. "Big boss, I have been awake for 4 days, I'm fucking tired, and you're babbling? Give me a straight answer already." Joshiro grunted as he slapped Naruto across the face and started asking his shoulders. "The goddamn QB is sealed inside of you, you dumbass. If it can fuck with your mind then it's in your mind." Naruto half understood. "I guess that makes sense, but how am I supposed to get to it? One think about it all the time and I can't reach it with thoughts." Joshiro rubbed his chin. "So just meditate." Naruto gave him an odd look. "Meditate? That could work, but you said kick its ass, how the hell am I gonna kick its ass? It's the QB. You know, the strongest demon in existence? Or did you fall asleep during that part of class? 'Cause I sure as hell didn't." Joshiro palmed his own head in frustration. "Kami, it's like talking to a 5-year-old, Naruto. Yes, the QB is the strongest demon in Endiness, but it's your mind." Naruto still looked lost. "Listen up, when you go into your head remember, the QB is only as strong as it was when it was outside roaming the earth. Naruto was about to interrupt until Joshiro stopped him, but, you aren't that limited. While the QB has a limit on exactly what it can do, no matter how strong it is, you don't. Think back to any kick-ass dream you ever had, ever. Like the time you said you were swimming in an infinite bowl of miso ramen, that's fucking retarded, kid. But do you know why it worked? Because it was in your mind. Anything that you ever want to do, to create, to be, poof, if you can think it, you can do it. Naruto looked terrified. Just remember when you're facing that fucker down, infinite ramen. You go in there and make that furball your bitch, and you better win too, or else you won't be able to spend my mission pay when we go home. Naruto slowly calmed down, though he still looked tense. Okay, big boss, I'm trusting you with this. You never let me down before, so I'll have to take your advice on this one. Joshiro nodded. So you ready to face him? Naruto nodded. Yeah, I guess, but I suck at meditating. It'll take me forever to get into my head. Joshiro gave him a big grin. What are you thinking about right now? Naruto took up a thoughtful pose. Well, I guess I'm thinking about the fox, how big it's supposed to be, how strong it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be fucking huge, big bow. Joshiro slammed his knee into the back of Naruto's head, knocking him out. Joshiro chuckled as he set Naruto down alongside the bank of the lake. Sorry about the excessive force there, brat, but I haven't knocked you out in years, so I didn't know what it would take to put you down on the first shot. He turned back to the house. Should be near dinner time. Don't worry, I'll just tell them you need some manly quiet time and to save you a plate for when you get back. Good luck, runt. Give, hell, kid. XXX. The next thing that Naruto knew, he found himself laying in water. As he awoke and stood, he found himself in a dreary, dark, waterlogged corridor. Damn you, big boss, why am I here? Who throws people in sewers anyway? Naruto heard a deep rumbling as he decided to move forward through the water down the passage. Upon coming along a turn in the path, he felt a heat and pressure that seemed familiar to him. Oh man, this is my mind. Big boss put me here, and this has to be. Naruto steeled himself as best he could as he traversed his mind, the pressure growing more and more as he moved forward. Eventually he came upon a large chamber at the end of the hall. Inside of the chamber lay a cage far too large for Naruto to comprehend, however he could not see inside. As he got closer and closer to peer within, he was forced to jump back swiftly as massive claws pushed themselves through the bars. It would be so easy just to eat you now and be done with it. Came a deep crushing voice from within the cage. Naruto looked on as the QB loomed into full view. If only it weren't for this damn seal. Naruto looked towards the center of the cage to find a slip of paper with the kanji for seal on it. This is it. This is the only thing holding you back from destroying everything? The QB bared its fangs in what Naruto assumed was a smile. Yes, now be a good kid and remove that pesky seal, would you? Naruto shook his head fervently. No way, if I do that then everyone I know is dead. The QB's deep laughter boomed through the room. Yes, perhaps you're right, but would that really be such a bad thing? No one respects you, no one cares. I can see your life through your eyes, Kit. There is only one person that I would bother to spare. One person who actually gave a damn about you. If you remove that seal, consider it your revenge against the foul bastards who took your arm and your innocence. Rest assured that the one you call Big Boss would be utterly safe from my wrath. Naruto didn't even consider it. No, I have people who care about me. I have. The QB yelled at him, filling the room with the strongest ki Naruto had ever felt. Who? Who do you have besides him? Your pink-haired banshee of a teammate beat you regularly until last week. Your Uchiha one will never give a damn about you. Your own teacher didn't care until you saved his life. And your brother's team? How long do you think they will stay loyal to you once they find out that I exist within you? They were alive and aware during my attack. The moment they learn the truth, they will be just like the rest. Naruto nodded his head. Yes, I know, but I made a choice about people a long time ago. Expect the worst, but hope for the best. I am fully aware that the second they all find out about it, I'll be kicked off to the side just like I used to be. But that's my choice. I know that they aren't ready yet, but I hope that one day they will be. That's why you won't touch them. The QB chuckled again. Well, if you aren't here for that, I guess I know why you really came here to me. Naruto felt slightly bolder. Yeah, what the hell do you want from me? Why do you keep telling me to kill everyone? The QB laughed loudly this time, because I can Kit, because I wanted to, and because one day I knew you would give in fully to your rage. I have to say Kit, bravo for what you did to that Gato. That was more than I expected from you. You have much room for improvement, but then again you never ripped apart a person before, you'll get better in time. I haven't had so much fun in 5 years. Naruto began shaking. I knew it. I knew the second I found out about you that you were the one that did that night. Stop telling me to kill people. I don't need you. The QB boomed. I couldn't care less if you think you need me, you runt. I've saved your pathetic life more than you could ever know. All the beatings, poisonings, attempted murders. I kept you alive. If you die then I go with you and that will not happen. The QB calmed and smirked. However, since you are here, I guess that doesn't matter anymore. You can't block me out if you're standing right before me, can you? You are forced to acknowledge my presence. Red chakra began seeping from behind the bars and surrounded Naruto. What are you doing? What's happening? The chakra kicked up a maelstrom around Naruto as the QB laughed. Before this I was simply implanting my will in your psyche, influencing your thoughts and trying to take over in times of extreme stress. But since you dumped yourself in my lap, I'm going to go ahead and bypass that, speed it up if you will. You will be my vessel, feel honored knowing that your body will be the possession of the QB no Kitsune. Naruto was in horrible pain as the red chakra began slipping into his body, he could feel it moving about in his system. No. I can't let this happen. The QB can't get out and I'll be damned if it's getting through me. No. In an outward explosion, Naruto threw the whipping cloak of chakra from his body. Panting heavily as he got to his feet, he heard the sounds of laughing from the QB. So I see, you are far stronger than I give you credit for. No matter, you cannot handle another burst like that. I will have your mind very soon. As Naruto looked up at the cage, he was stressed. Damn it, the fucking fox is gonna take my mind. Wait, my mind. Big boss. Naruto looked down at his hand and focused. A bowl of pork ramen formed in his grip. A wide-eyed Naruto looked at the QB. So I see you want to enjoy a last meal before I devour you. Very well, it does not matter. Naruto placed the bowl near his nose, and inhaled. It looked like ramen, smelled like ramen, and as he sipped the hot broth he smacked his lips. It tasted like ramen. A smirk grew upon Naruto's lips as he walked towards the cage. You know, I came in here to bargain with you. I came in here to strike a deal. You helped me out by giving me chakra and staying out of my mind, and I help you by granting you a few concessions. You ruined my life. It's because of you that a bastard felt the need to sever my arm from my body when I was 6. You try to take my mind for your own, and while you have saved my life, you only did it for your own interest. If I knew what you had wanted, I probably would have asked you to let the gate have me because I would never allow it. Naruto finished as the QB laughed. That's very funny, Kit. You came to bargain? You won't allow me? Enough games. Come here, brat. The QB slammed its massive claws through the cage to grab and drag Naruto within. Naruto caught the claw in his right hand and punched it with his left, breaking it. As the QB recoiled in shock and pain, Naruto kept walking forward. You know, I really need to trust Big Boss more often. He was fucking right. He said that as strong as you are, you're in my head. Whatever happens here happens because I allow it. If I desire your cage to shrink, poof. As he said this, the size of the QB's cage began to retract and become far smaller, squeezing the frame of its huge body. What do you think you're doing, boy? Naruto smirked. Whatever I want, I was asking you for this, now I'm demanding it, you furry pain in my ass. I will torment your ass for as long as I see fit until you concede defeat to me. Never. The QB let of a blast of scalding chakra, but Naruto stood in place and grinned. What did I just say? In here you may be the QB, but I'm God. Naruto put his hands out as a crackle was heard from his fingers. Taste my lightning, fucker. A savage blast of electricity coursed from Naruto's fingers as the QB howled in anguish. After minutes of that treatment, he let it die down as he spoke again. So are you ready to listen? Because that was more or less a test of what I could do. This is just the tip of this iceberg, trust me. The QB's ki was at full blast, but Naruto knew that the QB's worst ki couldn't match the things Naruto had in mind. You ignorant insect. I am the QB. You will not own me, I will not bow to you. Naruto shrugged. I don't want to own you, I just want to be partners, but if you insist on acting like an ass then I guess I'll treat you like one. A giant whip appeared in Naruto's hand as he began lashing at the Kyuubi with strokes. As the Kyuubi howled in agony once more, it found that it couldn't heal itself. You won't be healing yourself now, I won't allow it. The beating continued for almost 30 minutes. The Kyuubi was cut to ribbons by the conclusion of the torture. Are we done, Kyuubi? Because I can do this all night if we have to, even longer. I'm not leaving until we come to a deal, and that was just my second idea. The Kyuubi laid on its side, gashing weakly but defiantly at Naruto. Okay, I keep telling you, but since you won't give it up, Konoha secret taijutsu, Senin Goroshi, 1,000 years of death. The Kyuubi immediately snapped to attention. No, 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 okay, enough, you win. I quit. You are my master now. Naruto walked into the cage and snapped his fingers. The Kyuubi's wounds and pain instantly vanished. What? How? I was minus. Naruto sat in front of the Kyuubi cross-legged. I told you, this is my mind, I can do anything I want in here. I can ride my bike with no handlebars in here. The Kyuubi raised a brow. No handlebars? Naruto grinned. No handlebars. I can ride my bike with no handlebars, that should say it all. Well boy, you have my attention, what do you need from me? Naruto put his hand under his chin. Well, you see, I didn't think that far ahead before I came in here. I almost didn't think I'd get this far. Naruto grinned and rubbed the back of his head as the Kyuubi laid down. Well, how about I ask you a few questions and you answer to start? This is a big deal. 3 hours ago I thought I'd be dead right now and I'm not ready to leave right now. The Kyuubi swished its tails. Well, I guess we could, but this place is so dreary. Your mind really is a gutter, Kit. Naruto stroked his chin. Well, this worked for everything else, so why the hell not? Where do you want to go? What do you mean? Naruto smirked. I hope this works or I'm gonna look stupid right now. Gone was the chamber within the sewer. Naruto and a gigantic Kyuubi found themselves on the training grounds of Team 7. Well, hot damn then, I'm awesome. Huh, I thought you'd be bigger outside the cage. The Kyuubi whipped its head around in confusion. What? Where are we, Kit? What happened to the cell? Naruto shook his head. I thought I already told you like 5 times already. This is my mind, I can do whatever the hell I want. And as for where we are, I thought you could see my life from my eyes. This is my team's training ground. I thought I would try to go somewhere familiar for the first try. Ugh. Thank you, Kit. I actually appreciate the change in scenery. Looking at a sewer for 11 years gets very tiresome. I can finally stretch. Naruto watched as a blinding swirl of chakra surrounded the Kyuubi. As it dissipated, Naruto's eyes almost popped out of his head. In place of a gigantic demon fox stood a lady with long red hair going down to her back and red eyes. She had on a blood-red kimono exposing quite a bit of her cleavage, on which there was a kanji for seal. As he took a closer look, he noticed she was barefoot with claws instead of nails on her hands and feet. She still had the 9 tails swishing behind her, and instead of regular human ears she had fox ears. Ah, I'm disappointed, Kit. I expected more of a reaction from you than that. Naruto snapped out of his less than honorable thoughts. Honestly, the only reason I didn't pass out is because I'm technically already unconscious. If I was awake, that would have put me out. Kyuubi giggled as she walked back towards the boy and sat down in the grass. Well, I guess you answered my first question. I wanted to know if you were a boy or a girl because you kept being described as it. Kyuubi smiled. Well, now you know. Feel free to spread the word. Naruto still looked confused. You can reach out and bona fide touch me now. Why are you so docile? One thought you would be trying to kill me again when I took the bars down. Kyuubi plucked some grass before answering. Because you already proved that I can't come close to harming you in here. Now that you are fully aware of your mindscape and that you control everything, I'm more like a figment of it now. You don't really control me, but as long as you are aware that you control everything else, I can't hurt you. That, and I am not taking Senin Goroshi from you, so what do you need? I've gotta know, why did you attack Konoha that night? If you hadn't, you'd still be free, and I'd still have my arm. Kyuubi sighed before motioning Naruto to sit next to her. Kit, this is a story that no one will believe. Do not tell them unless you are absolutely sure they have to know. Well, I was summoned to attack your village by a mysterious force that I still don't comprehend. I saw a man with a Sharingan. I don't remember what exactly he looked like, but he had one Sharingan eye. When I looked at it, everything went dark. When I woke up, I was inside of you. Huh, so you don't remember the attack itself, just the before and after question mark. Kyuubi nodded, exactly, I've got nothing. Naruto stood up, well then, how about this? I'll let you change my mindscape to whatever you want, but I still get final say whenever I enter it. Not only that, but I'll find the person who hypnotized you to attack Konoha. I would throw in some way to give you a way to temporarily go outside my body, seeing as how you aren't trying to rip my head off any longer, but I think that would equal a soul transmutation, and according to what I know, that would end up with nasty results for the both of us. Kyuubi nodded, those sound nice, much better than waiting in a cage for all time. But what do you need from myself? Question mark. Naruto stood over her, I would like it if you could lend me your chakra to me without all of the feral side effects. If you could think of some way to regulate it without making me lose my inhibitions, that would be awesome. Also, I think we should be able to speak when we need to. You could help with that because I can't meditate to save my life. Kyuubi stood up as well. Alright Kit, I guess since I can't fight you or take control, then things will be pretty boring if I don't help you. And I don't think anything will be killing you for a while even if I didn't help you, so you've got a deal. Naruto put his hand out as Kyuubi shook it. I will be back soon, count on seeing me a lot, do what you want with the place. I don't care. How do I get out of here? Question mark. Kyuubi smirked at Naruto as she moved behind him and wrapped her arms around his shoulders. What do you think everyone is doing back at that house right now? Question mark. Naruto closed his eyes and grasped his chin. Well, I guess they ate dinner already. Joshiro is probably with Haku-chan. Sasuke's training or brooding. Sakura's near him. Kaka. XXX. Naruto awoke to the sight of the moon in the sky. Sitting up rubbing his head he cursed. Damn it, big boss. Knocking me out like that. Damn it, Kyuubi. Knocking me out like that. Kami, I feel like crap. He got to his feet and slogged through the woods back to Tazuna's house. Upon reaching the front door, he opened the door to find Team Joshiro plus Sakura playing cards. Getting the notice of all in the living room, he shot a half-hearted salute and dragged himself to the kitchen to find what leftovers there were. Ignoring the concerned looks of the women, he sat on the couch with Sakura and Joshiro and sighed. Sakura looked him over. Naruto? Question mark. Are you okay now? Do you still feel as bad as you did earlier? His eyes darted onto hers, making her look down as he smiled. No, Sakura-chan, it's all good now. Thanks for the concern. I'm all right in my mind now though. Looking at a smiling Joshiro, he smirked. Thanks, big boss. I should listen to you more. Your idea saved my ass. By the way, he hit Joshiro across the forehead with the back of his auto-mail hand, knocking him to the floor. Ignoring Blank and Eiko, both howling with laughter, he stood up and went nose to nose with Naruto. You fucking brat, what was that for? Question mark. Naruto didn't back down. You knocked me the fuck out back at the lake, asshole. You knew you weren't getting last licks. Joshiro pushed his nose against Naruto's. I'm the older brother, I'm supposed to get last licks, you runt. Hey, what's all the racket? Question mark. Kakashi said as he came downstairs and saw Naruto. Naruto, I'm glad you're back. Did you get your head sorted out? Question mark. Kakashi, I smiled at Naruto, who nodded as Kakashi continued. Remember how I said we needed to talk? Question mark. Well, let's do that right now. Joshiro tried to move forward, but Naruto sat him down as he himself stood up. Alright Kakashi, let's go. They walked outside to where the tree climbing exercise had taken place as Kakashi began to speak. Naruto, I know you have the Kyuubi in you. And I don't really care one way or the other. I meant to have this conversation with you back before the attack on Gato, but the few times I had contact with you after that, the time wasn't appropriate. Even now it really isn't, but I can't wait until we get back to Konoha to talk about this. Naruto nodded. Naruto, when you attacked Gato, I know you were under the influence of the Kyuubi's chakra. Naruto spoke then. Yeah, I was. That's why I was out here for so long. It wasn't because I killed Gato. Fuck Gato. I'd kill him again if I could. It wasn't that I killed Gato, it was how I killed Gato that shook me up. I tore him apart and popped his head off like a bottle cap. You saw the body. Kakashi nodded. For 4 days I've been stewing and worrying until today when I faced off with the Kyuubi. Kakashi's eye widened. You faced off with it? Question mark. Naruto nodded. Yeah, I went into my mind to get some stuff straight. We ended up having a little scrap and she's cool now. No more vicious violent killings. Kakashi's knees almost buckled. You beat the Kyuubi? Question mark. It's a she. Naruto was rolling on the ground at Kakashi's reaction. Yeah, Kakashi, I guess that was the reaction she wanted out of me when she showed me, and about me beating her. Big Boss gave me really good advice, that it was my mind, why would I not run my own mind? Naruto stood up and began walking back. Now that everything is all copacetic and I told you all that you need to know, I'm going back to the house, I'm tired. He left Kakashi in the woods. Wow, I can't believe he got this strong so quickly. Who the hell sets the curriculum in the academy? If this kid is the dead last, I wouldn't trade him off for 2 more Sasuke's. XXX. That night had been very relaxing for Naruto. After staying downstairs with Team Joshiro and Sakura for the remainder of the night, he fell asleep on the couch, getting his first sleep in almost a week. Even though he fell on Eiko, no one tried to move him because he was absolutely exhausted. Eiko thought it was more cute than anything else and simply curled up with the blonde kid in question on the couch, falling asleep with him. After waking up rested and embarrassed the next morning, he had his first challenge of the day, to pry himself from Eiko's sleepy death grip without waking her. After 10 minutes of worming his way out of her grasp to go do some light exercises, he was found by Sakura, who had informed him to meet at the bridge with everyone else. Challenge number 2 for the day was working his way through the village to get to the bridge in the first place. His job would have been far easier had he chose to leave with Sakura. However, being that he waited to leave instead of going immediately, he was forced to wade through the throng of his new admirers. For the first 20 minutes of being stuck in place, he had enjoyed it. Not being used to such praise, he loved moments where he was recognized for doing the right thing and helping people. After 45 minutes of fighting through the crowd, he was thoroughly sick of it. He could see why Sasuke didn't acknowledge his hanger-ons in Konoha. Roughly 2 hours after his excursion to the bridge began, he finally arrived at a now complete bridge to find 9 very upset shinobi waiting for him alongside Tazuna and his family. Naruto, are you gonna start being late like your sensei? Blank said, echoing the thoughts of every ninja there. Sorry you guys, I got mugged by admirers and got held up way too long. He walked over to Sasuke and put his hand on his shoulder. Sasuke, I understand. Sasuke smiled at Naruto and nodded. Finally, someone who understands. He feels my pain. Maybe the dobe isn't so bad after all. The two were broken from their moment of mutual understanding by Tazuna's voice. For years we have been under the thumb of a corrupt, power-hungry tyrant. Never given a chance to live freely, to make better lives for ourselves, to carve out our own paths in life. The crowd remained silent. We were finally given the chance to free ourselves with this bridge, and these brave people were here to ensure our success. They fought Gato's thugs, they even battled against Gato's own hired ninja. That statement forced Zabuza and Haku to shift uncomfortably while Kakashi chuckled. Thanks to the efforts of these brave people who went to Gato's own stronghold and overthrew the monster, and we all know the one to finish the monster himself. Joshiro shoved Naruto forward. Before he could turn around to retaliate, the people let out a raucous cheer for him. As Naruto blushed, Tazuna continued, these brave people gave us our second chance, and I say, with the opening of this bridge we take it. More cheers erupted as the people began to chant for their country. After the ceremony, the group of ninjas said the goodbyes as Tazuna began to talk to Naruto. So, kid. You know they're gonna name the bridge after you, right? Naruto looked surprised. No, don't. Okay, go ahead, do it if that's what you want. Naruto said with a grin. Tazuna grinned back at the boy and patted him on the back as he turned to leave. As the group of ninja began to walk away, Naruto shouted back at the villagers, hey. Don't go and get yourselves taken over by some asshole again. If you do, then I'll come back and kick all of your asses. Naruto walked away amid the cheers and farewells of the people. Damn Dobe, you really hammed it up back there, huh? A smirking Sasuke said. Joshiro ignored it and slid up to Naruto's side. So, you know they're gonna name the damn bridge after you, right? Naruto had a strange feeling of deja vu. We need to come up with a kick-ass nickname or title for you. Naruto gave him a, what the fuck, look, think about it. Copy Ninja Kakashi, the Bear Ninja Mikhail Florian, I could go on. Hell, I call myself the Armory Alchemist. We gotta get you a catchy kick-ass title. Naruto smirked, maybe, as long as it's better than, the Armory Alchemist. Naruto got a decent chuckle out of the group and a grunt from Joshiro after that one. A good nickname, I'll have to get to work on that. The trip back to Konoha had been without incident. No random missing ninja attacks, no giant sword trying to cleave their heads off, nothing. The only problem was with Haku. She had been distracted by the festive atmosphere in Wave following the fall of Gato, but now that she was on the road to Konoha as a glorified prisoner, she had to face the thought of what awaited her and Zabuza once they had arrived in Konoha. Zabuza had told her that she would be alright but hadn't elaborated much on what he expected for himself afterward. She had stuck close to Joshiro, who could sense her stress. Acting oblivious, however, he was trying to lighten her mood, and despite the half-hearted smiles she sent in return, he knew he wasn't helping. The trip had Naruto mostly thinking about all that had gone on over the last couple of weeks. He had fought a Chunin alone and utterly destroyed him. He had fought two Junin and defeated them both, killing one. He had inspired a country to stand and fight for themselves, and killed the tyrant, destroying the country single-handedly, not to mention the things he had done involving the Kyuubi, who had yet to have any breakthroughs on any of Naruto's requests. He had done all of these things, and yet he knew when he got back that no one would listen to a word he would say, and even if they did, they wouldn't believe him anyway. He thought about his time in Wave. The people treated him with some kind of respect. He didn't really dig the whole fan worship thing, but the fact was, when it was compared with the whole hating your guts for stuff you didn't do thing, he had to pick the lesser of two evils. Part of him wished he could stay in Wave instead of have to go home. Part of the reason he had no problems with staying in Konoha was because he had nowhere to compare it with. Now that he had been somewhere where the people not only tolerated him, they loved him, he wasn't so sure if he could handle life in Konohagakure again. Hey, isn't this where Sasuke-kun and Naruto fought those two Chunin? Naruto was broken from thought by Sakura's recollection of a previous landmark of their trip. Naruto was dreading the return for another reason as well. What he had said about Sakura returning to old habits upon return to the village was looking more and more accurate the closer they were getting. She had seemed to turn a corner in Wave, but she was back trailing Sasuke when they had left. She hadn't said a full sentence to him since they began walking. Kakashi had been no different. Naruto had thought that with Kakashi taking him into the direct assault on Gato and talking with him afterwards that he had finally began to take an interest in more than just Sasuke. This train of thought was derailed as soon as the group got a decent distance from Wave, as Kakashi pulled Sasuke in and told him that they'd begin training to awaken his Sharingan after they got back home. That meant focused, specialized, personal training. This only meant that the only training that would be done with him involved would be sparring. He had been interested in learning Kanashibari from Eiko, but he didn't want to seem like a hanger-on to his brother's team. Naruto eventually decided to see just how accurate his estimation of his team was. Yeah, hey Sakura, what do you remember about it? Sakura tapped her chin. I remember Sasuke-kun knocking his opponent out, but I don't remember what you did with yours, Naruto. Naruto sighed. Well, at least she mentioned me in the story at all, and she didn't call me Barker. Oh well, we still have the rest of the day for her to regress fully. Kakashi cut in. Naruto did well against his opponent as well. Now Sasuke, after we report to the Hokage, I'll go with you to your compound to begin your training. Sakura cut in now, but Kakashi-sensei, I thought we could get dinner together to celebrate our mission's success. Kakashi I smiled. Well Sakura, we can get a team meal some other time. And Naruto's still open. Sakura pouted. I meant alone with Sasuke-kun. Naruto rolled his eyes. Of course you did. Zabuza just mentally slapped himself while watching the scene unfold. Kami, what does the kid need to do to get some respect from these people? Killer-san? Haku frowned as most of Team Joshiro shook their heads as Joshiro himself had his jaw dropped. How the hell can they still blow the kid off? He's half the fucking reason they aren't dead. Man, I need a cold beer and a burger. Well, at least if these idiots end up giving me gray hairs, nobody will notice. Haku just continued to frown as they trekked on. XXX. Halt. State your business in Konoha. Kakashi sweat dropped. Kotetsu, it's me. What do you think I'm doing here? Kotetsu chuckled uncomfortably. Sorry Kakashi, you know the drill. Everyone who comes and goes has to check in. Kakashi sighed in annoyance. Kakashi Hatake and Mikhail Florian returning with our Genin students along with 2 prisoners that are to be escorted by us to Hokage-sama's office. Are we done? Yeah Kakashi, go on ahead, rules are rules. As the large group walked through Konoha's streets, the looks they were getting made everyone but Naruto uncomfortable, him being used to the stairs. Haku had by now almost stressed herself out to the point of tears thinking about all of the things that could happen. Her heart was pounding as they came to the largest building in the village. As the group ascended the stairs, the large doors of the office of the Hokage came into view as Kakashi checked in with the secretary. Upon entering the office, the Sandaime Hokage was busy speaking with his son Asuma Sarutobi. "Ah, Kakashi, I see your team is well. Mikhail made it in time to provide adequate backup, I assume." Kakashi bowed. "Yes, Hokage-sama. Upon leaving the village we were soon attacked by two Chunin-level ninja. Sasuke and Naruto went to engage as Sakura stayed back to protect Tazuna-san." The Hokage took a puff of his pipe. "How did they do?" Kakashi I smiled. "They both handled their opponents with relative ease. Naruto managed to extract information from them before we proceeded, which proved valuable as we obtained knowledge of what we were really in for. Apparently the two had been hired by Gato." Asuma cut in. "Gato of the Gato Corporation?" Kakashi nodded. "Yes, that Gato. Apparently he was making a power play to take control of the Land of Waves. Tazuna-san's bridge would have ruined his economic stranglehold on the country, as was why he hired ninja to kill him. Among the ninja hired is the man standing behind me, Zabuza Momoki." Zabuza stepped forward for presentation. "So, you run this village, huh? Nice place." The old man smirked as he motioned for Kakashi to continue the debriefing. "Zabuza first engaged us upon our arrival in Wave. He began with fighting me. Eventually he trapped me. This called my genin into action, or more accurately, Naruto." Asuma was stunned. "Naruto? Really? That kid? The one who graduated last from the academy? What did he do? Naruto was about to flip when Zabuza snorted in his defense. "What didn't the brat do? He did things I have never seen before. He fought a way I never wish to see again. I would hate to fight that damn kid again. The brat almost killed me 3 times. Kakashi picked up where he left off. "Yes, Naruto coordinated an assault on Zabuza that forced him to choose between keeping me trapped and taking a rather destructive jutsu head-on. Hiruzen Sarutobi had not seen this coming. Even so, he was proud of the blonde demon carrier." "What else went on?" Kakashi continued. "Before we could finish Zabuza off, another person appeared and looked to have killed Zabuza themselves." The old man looked puzzled. "Who?" Haku nervously raised her hand with a sheepish smile. I did, it was me." Sarutobi hid his surprise. "Carry on." Kakashi obeyed. "After the battle, Naruto had exposed her as a fake hunter ninja, forcing her to flee. We continued on to Tazuna-san's home after Naruto had contacted Joshiro for our backup and I had collapsed from overusing Sharingan. Upon arriving at the house, we all rested until dusk when Mikhail arrived with his team for our backup. The next day I had planned to train my team for another encounter with Zabuza and possibly Haku. I sent Naruto off to train with Mikhail and his team after he proved he had already known the technique I was teaching. I think I should let Joshiro tell the story from this point." Naruto was put off by this. "Kakashi. Why can't I tell it?" Kakashi didn't flinch. "Because while you were there, Joshiro is the elder genin. Also, I think you'll embellish the story more than him." Naruto deadpanned. "You really don't know us at all, do you?" Joshiro smirked as he stepped forward, slapping Naruto on the back. Now, Runty, it's okay, I can tell it." Asuma was getting bored. "Well, one of you tell it, my ass is falling asleep." Joshiro looked at the two Sarutobi. "You're a class Minuzakt, Asuma." "Okay, so after the brat showed up, Mikhail-sensei left to go watch Tazuna. When he left, a storm started to kick up. You know, wind howling, clouds a rumbling, the works. Then we sensed some guy watching us and called him out. His name was Raina, or Rasta, or Ragu. Oh yeah, it was Raiga." The two Sarutobi looked incredulously at each other before Hiruzen spoke. "Raiga Kurosuke? Of the 7 swordsmen of the mist? Joshiro nodded. Asuma looked at Naruto. "You fought 2 of the 7 swordsmen, and lived? Not only lived but won? Naruto tapped his foot in annoyance. Yes, for fuck's sake, yes. If the Bandage King over here told you it's true, Big Boss is telling you it's true, and I'm not fucking dead yet, why the hell do you think it's a lie? Joshiro got angry. "Hey. Everybody shut the fuck up. I'm telling a goddamn story, Kami, you rude bastards." Okay, so he stepped out and was all like, "I'm here for the blonde kid, I'll love giving you a funeral, blah blah blah. So me and the runt started whipping his ass, right? And when we think we killed him, he gets fucking struck by lightning. No bullshit, I swear to Kami he stands up like a damn zombie and now he's faster than he was at first. So at some point he cuts down random hero over there and focuses on me and he strikes me with some static Y electric shit and paralyzes me for like 5 minutes. The runt gets up, and he's kind of paralyzed too at this point, and we start putting our big plan into place. Eventually Naruto has him cornered, and he distracted him long enough for me to activate my final attack which put his bitch ass 6 feet deep, literally. Asuma still didn't believe the story. How are you sure you killed him? Naruto answered, oh trust me Asuma he's dead, he's totally fucking dead, if he survived that shit I will swear off ramen for life. If you had seen it for yourself, any of you would have crapped your fucking pants, no bullshit. The only reason I didn't is because I had a rough idea of what he was going to do, and with as long as it took to set up I knew it'd be something huge, as big as it was I'm surprised no one saw it. Quite. Hiruzen took another puff, okay Kakashi, continue. The masked Junin picked up where he left off. After that point Mikhail and myself begin thinking up potential ways to end the conflict. Due to a push from Naruto we ended up infiltrating Gato's HQ. Mikhail, myself, Joshiro, and Naruto went inside while the rest were our backup outside. Not long after we entered we engaged Zabuza for a second time as he let the boys escape. Hiruzen looked at Zabuza curiously. I said I didn't want to fight the damn kid again and after hearing that the kid he was with helped him kill Raiga I'm glad I didn't. Kakashi continued, we fought Zabuza again, however this time Mikhail and myself quickly neutralized his advantages and subdued him. I'd tell you about Joshiro and Naruto's fight with Haku but we don't have time. Long story short, they defeated her. Following that we went onto the roof to find that Gato had wounded Haku grievously with a firearm and fled. We saw Naruto run past us beginning to pursue Gato. Eventually Naruto caught and killed him when he resisted. Once again the Sarutobis were stunned silent. Asuma spoke, Naruto, you already killed someone ? You're only 2 months out of the academy. Naruto picked his ear and flicked it. Oh don't read too much into it, this wasn't my first kill by the way. Kakashi was stunned now. Naruto, you killed someone before Gato ? Naruto sighed, yes Kakashi I did, it was some guy who had a problem with you know what, he got a wild hair up his ass one dreary October 10th after I met Big Boss, I was trained by then so I fucking killed him in retaliation, Gigi already knew about it. Well now then, tell me what we are to do with our guests ? The old Hokage asked. Haku tensed up at hearing this as Naruto started to talk. Well I mean this wasn't really as big a deal as the story makes it seem. Zabuza didn't really hurt us either time, I mean he tried, but hey, if I hated everybody that tried to kill me then I wouldn't talk to anyone would I ? One would be super psyched if they could stay. Kakashi agreed, yes, he did try to kill us but during our fight at Gato's headquarters but it was 2-on-1, he couldn't really win. His apprentice didn't try to kill Naruto or Joshiro, and she actually saved their lives. Joshiro cut in, yeah old man, Haku-chan's a good girl, I trust her with my own life. Haku smiled at Joshiro who smirked in return. Hiruzen stood up looking over Haku and Zabuza. Zabuza you tried to assassinate the leader of your first village, how could I trust you not to do the same to me ? Zabuza scoffed, because the Mizukage was an asshole who was exterminating bloodlines. After he found out about Haku he tried to force me to hand her over to be killed. I don't think you'll try to force my hand like that though will you ? The old man smiled, Asuma, what do you think ? Asuma sparked up a cigarette and took a drag, I really don't know. After hearing that story I need to get my team in gear, I think if I had them fight Kakashi's team then Naruto would crush them alone, not even factoring in his team. I say go for it, what's the worst that can happen? Sarutobi nodded, well we need to go through a short process before we can accept you as citizen and we need to give you an aptitude test if you still want to be shinobi. Now we just need to find you a place to live. Naruto waved his hands in an excited fashion, oh we can handle that, the apartments next to ours aren't being used, but we can just move our extra stuff out of them, we were using them as storage. Hiruzen smirked in satisfaction, okay then, I have to take these two for a short interrogation session before we can really let them stay, the rest of you are dismissed. Joshiro saw Haku slightly panic at the mention of interrogation, hey I think I should stay with Zabuza and Haku to make sure that they can get to our apartment afterward. Hiruzen nodded and smirked at Joshiro. As the group left the tower, Naruto and Joshiro lagged back. Big boss, I knew you were into Haku-chan. Joshiro grabbed him in a headlock. Shut the fuck up, brat. Naruto grinned through the choke. I guess you didn't like Eiko-chan like that after all. Hey, if you marry Haku-chan, will she be my sister? Joshiro squeezed tighter. Just a little more, you can get away with it. Only the old man would search for him. Shut the fuck up. You're being a spaz. Hey, white-haired brat and blonde brat, we'd like to get this over with so we can see where we'll be living already. Joshiro was broken from his murderous musings by a perturbed Zabuza and an amused Haku. Kakashi chimed in. Zabuza is right, you can fight later, you have responsibilities right now to him and Haku. Naruto, still in Joshiro's headlock, disagreed. No, Kakashi, we didn't agree to anything. I'm tired and hungry. Big Boss volunteered to go with them because he wants to be Haku's minus gasping asterisk. Joshiro started squeaking again. Die, 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 just go to sleep, go to sleep. Haku started pouting. Can we just get going? I really don't feel like watching you choke Naruto-kun all night, Joshiro-kun. Naruto choked out. Listen to the lady, Big Boss. Calm down, just calm down. Calm down, just calm down. Joshiro dropped Naruto and left with Zabuza and Haku. The remainder of the group had left when Joshiro began strangling Naruto the second time. Now all alone, Naruto headed back to his apartment. XXX. Naruto was walking home from his daily D-ranked missions of torture. It seems that even his glorified hero status to an entire country was not enough to get him a better mission. Man, what was the point of even going on the mission to wave if I'm stuck doing this shit again? Naruto's ambush senses came into play as he turned around to see a cardboard box painted like a rock following him. Konohamaru, you better get out of that box and beat it or I'll smush you like a grape. Good boss, I expect nothing less from my rival. The box exploded in a smoke of multiple colors. I told you guys we used too much gunpowder. The smoke revealed 3 young academy students. Naruto deadpanned a look. What the hell do you guys want? They broke into their introduction. The boy and girl with Konohamaru were named Udon and Mogi. Again Naruto deadpanned. I know, you've only introduced yourselves to me like 7 times since I met the rest of you. Again, what the hell do you want? I'm beat. The 3 kids got into begging position. Boss, you said you'd play ninja with us today. Naruto gave a, what the fuck, look at him, when did I say something so stupid? Konohamaru answered, you said that after we found you on the ground outside your apartment the other day. Naruto shook his head at the memory. Yeah, you see I just got through training. You shouldn't take anything I say after training with Big Boss seriously. I was probably concussed. The kids continued to beg while Mogi gave him puppy dog eyes. Ah no. Puppy dog eyes, my Achilles heel. Fine, fine, I'll play ninja with you, just turn it off. The 3 kids grinned in appeasement. Ugh, a ninja playing ninja, that's just wrong. Naruto and the kids turned to see Sakura walking towards them with a sour look on her face. Great, Sasuke must have turned her down again. Here we go. Konohamaru looked confused. Who's this boss? Is this your girlfriend? Naruto had a look of horror on his face. Konohamaru, no. Don't. Naruto was clipped with a heavy punch from Sakura, sending him into a fence. The children ran up to him. Boss, are you okay? Naruto sat up, grabbing his left jaw. Ugh, I'm fine. She's not my girlfriend, Konohamaru. I don't even think she considers us friends. This made Sakura look down in guilt until Konohamaru spoke again. Well, you can do way better than her anyways, boss. I mean, she's mean. Her pink hair is kind of weird. And did you see her forehead? It's huge. Naruto looked over to see Sakura leaking killing intent from 15 feet away. Konohamaru, how fast can you run? He perked up. I'm fast, boss. Why? Naruto grabbed his head and turned it towards Sakura. Because you might want to get moving or else you'll be playing ninja in the afterlife tonight. Sakura began running towards the kids and Naruto as they all got up to run. Boss, why are you running? Naruto looked over to his small companion. Because she already hit me once for some shit that you said. What do you think she'll do now? Konohamaru rounded a rather sharp corner only to crash into a black-clad ninja with face paint and a hat that looked like cat ears. That hurt you, little punk. You should watch where you're going. He grabbed him by the collar and jerked him into the air. Maybe I need to teach you how to watch where you're going. The girl behind him walked up. Kankuro, just drop him, we need to go before he shows up. Naruto was grinding his teeth in rage. Oh, it's too late for that, because he is already here. Kankuro scoffed at him. Temari, check this kid out, this runt thinks he's the one we're talking about, please, as if a loser like you could intimidate us. Temari and Kankuro both smirked at the thought. Naruto put on a dark grin. You have no idea what I'm capable of, I'm a nightmare, for assholes like you, now put him down and I won't make you cry like a bitch. The two foreign ninja began to laugh, angering Konohamaru. Shut up, you idiots. You don't know anything about boss, he's the strongest man I know. Kankuro sneered, I'm sick of you, kid. He pulled him into a punch only to see a puff of smoke as his fist made contact. The next thing he saw was a wrapped fist make contact with his face and then nothing. Temari looked on in pseudo-horror as the blonde boy they had written off had sent her brother flying with one punch. Kankuro, what did you do? Naruto pulled his arm back and rubbed the bump on his head. I just showed your douchebag ally there what exactly Kawarimi can do. He's lucky that he has a glass jaw, because if he had stayed awake I would have made good on my threat, but it's too much trouble now to wake him up and beat him if he's that easy to knock out. Temari kneeled over Kankuro and shot a glare at Naruto's back. He then whipped around, hitting her full blast with ki. You better tell him to watch his fucking manners around here since you obviously aren't from around here. This is my fucking village, and I've got a douchebag body count that just keeps stacking every day. See that I don't have to add you two to my fucking shit list too, because what I just did doesn't even qualify as a stretch in my book. As he turned to grab his group and leave, he felt a presence behind him. Your name? I need to know your name. Who are you? ? Naruto turned to come face to face with a boy his age. He had red hair, rings around his eyes and a kanji for love on his head. Naruto went face to face with him. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. I guess that the makeup wearing piece of crap with the glass jaw belongs to you. You should teach your mutt some obedience skills. The boy's face showed no change. I am Sabaku no Gaara, and make no mistake, I will kill you, Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto put on a phantom smirk. If I had 100 Ryo for every time I've heard that over the last 7 years. Naruto walked away, motioning his friends to follow. Sakura was stunned. Even after knowing somewhat of what Naruto could do, she had still never seen him fight in person before. Naruto, what did you do? ? Naruto looked back as he kept walking. I switched out with Konohamaru using Kawarimi when the guy with makeup threw the punch, and then I hit him with the miracle right, glass jaw loser. Sakura hadn't really paid much attention to Naruto at all since they returned. She hadn't seen him fight at all during the mission. And despite what she had heard from all who had actually seen him, she and Sasuke still didn't believe in his ability. Watching Naruto shoo off the kids to keep them out of trouble, she once again wondered exactly what they had missed about him in school. Alright Sakura-chan, I'm going home to get some rest. I've been run ragged trying to help Haku and Zabuza get settled in. Now that it's done, I need to crash. He threw a two-fingered salute over his shoulder as he walked away. She gave a half-hearted wave as she turned to return to her home as well. XXX. Naruto returned to his top-floor apartment. As he was standing outside the door, he looked at the two apartments surrounding his own. To the left of his door was Zabuza's apartment. To the right of his door was Haku's apartment. Being that she was a girl, they had figured that it might be weird to have her live with Zabuza, so they had given her an apartment of her own. When Naruto had mentioned being run ragged trying to get them settled in, he mostly meant Haku had run him ragged. Zabuza had a rather Spartan-style setup, just the basics: bed, stove, microwave, tables, couches. The most lavish thing he owned was a TV. Haku, on the other hand, had tried to get as much stuff as she could for her living space. Joshiro had seen her eyes light up as she walked into what was to be her apartment and promptly hightailed it after he and Naruto had set up her bed. Naruto had not possessed such foresight and asked her if he could do or get her anything else, being that he had gotten not only his pay, but due to the bet on Haku's gender, he had gotten Joshiro's pay for an A-rank mission. He figured that the least he could do for her after saving his life was to make sure she had all that she needed for her new life. His chivalry came back to bite him, as for the better part of 2 weeks he was Haku's pack mule, mobile wallet. She took him all over the city, getting him to show her where to go for what she needed, a lot of which was certainly not necessary for anyone to have. After coming back from missions, he would go get stuff for Haku and drag it back to the top floor apartment. In addition to this, after she had filled her apartment with what she wanted, she could not be satisfied with where it was. She had Naruto pick up and move things around her house as she tried to figure where to put things. He had never been so glad to have icy hot in his bathroom until now. This actually took the place of his training, seeing as how it tired him out so much. As he shook off the thoughts of his physical anguish, he began to open his door to enter his apartment to find Haku sitting on the couch with Joshiro. A devilish grin appeared on his face. However, Joshiro turned to look at the door and upon seeing Naruto's face gave him a "don't even fuck with me right now" death glare. Naruto nodded and went to sit on an empty couch. Haku noticed him and spoke to the boy. "Oh, hello Naruto-kun, how was your day?" Naruto smiled at her before frowning. "Fantastic Haku-chan, I once again had a day filled full of action-packed D-rank missions that tested my skills as a ninja. You should have seen me pick up that dog shit in the park. I was in the zone. Or when I had to pull weeds, I showed that bastard flower bed who was boss." Haku giggled as Joshiro openly laughed at his brother. Sorry Runt, but I didn't quite share your day of doing chores for minimum wage. Mikhail-sensei let us enter the Chunin exams and gave us the rest of the week off to prepare or rest. Guess what I chose? Naruto lit up in understanding. "Oh, so that's what those assholes were doing here." Haku was curious. "What happened Naruto-kun?" He threw his legs over the side of the couch. "Well, after we got through with the missions, some asshole in makeup tried to hurt Konohamaru. Before he could, I got him first." Haku looked shocked. "You got into a fight today Naruto-kun?" Naruto smirked. "Well, if you call one punch a fight, then yes I did." Joshiro laughed out loud. "You hit him with the right, didn't you? Upon seeing Naruto nod, he laughed more. "I fucking love that arm, man. It's hilarious to pick out the guys with chins like drywall when you hit M." Haku still didn't know about Naruto's arm. No one other than Joshiro did, for a matter of fact. For years he had done a very good job of keeping it secret. "Naruto-kun, what's wrong with your arm? Is it hurt?" Naruto shook his head. "No Haku-chan, there's just a reason I need to keep it covered all the time. It's always covered. The only person who has ever seen it is Big Boss." Joshiro shook his head. "No, Rhaegar saw it, remember? But I guess that still counts. I mean, who could he tell when he's dead?" Haku was still curious. "Is it a Kekai Genkai?" One guess that would explain why it has to be covered. Naruto and Joshiro chuckled and Haku pouted. "No Haku-chan, it isn't a Kekai Genkai either. I wish it was. Maybe I'd get some damn respect around here if it was." Joshiro looked into her eyes as he spoke seriously. "Haku-chan, Naruto's arm is a deep, dark secret. If anyone knew about it, its origin, what is actually wrong with it, nobody would ever look at him the same again. It could be for better or worse, but as we say, hope for the best and prepare for the worst." Haku looked hurt. "We want to trust you." Joshiro motioned to a nodding Naruto. "But the thing is that our circle is very small. The next time you go out with Naruto alone, look around at the people. You might understand a lot about our situation." Haku nodded sadly as she stood up. "Well, I think I've been here for long enough. I need to rest up for my aptitude test tomorrow. Good night Naruto-kun, Joshiro-kun." Joshiro jumped to his feet. "Let me see you out Haku-chan. It's the right thing to do after all." Naruto sat smirking in the couch. "Damn Big Boss, she lives 2 feet away. If you like her that much, I'll just knock down the wall in your bedrooms. Would you both like that?" Joshiro leapt over the coffee table to lunge at Naruto, only he didn't get Naruto. Naruto had clocked his brother's reaction to his observation on his chivalrous behavior from a mile away. Naruto was intentionally poking the bear as a way to get back at Joshiro for busting his balls about Hinata the night before he left for the land of waves. Naruto holds long grudges. Naruto had seen the attack coming from a mile away and had pulled a prepared kawarimi to escape his brother's wrath. The object that he substituted for himself was proof that he really was damn good at the jutsu. As Joshiro opened his eyes, he felt himself wrapped around the torso of one Haku Momaki. Slowly lifting his head to the soundtrack of Naruto's raucous laughter, he came face to face with a blushing Haku. "Finally, my revenge is complete. I fucking got you, Big Boss. It took almost 2 months to set you up for something like this, but I finally got you back for your bullshit." Joshiro sprung to his feet, shooting a murderous look at Naruto. He didn't attack though. He didn't feel like a repeat performance. "You little bastard. I'm going to kill you, motherfucker. I don't know how, and I don't know when, But I will get your little ass back for this, do you hear me? You started something you can't finish. I'm comin' for you cornbread, I'm comin'. Naruto stood up. Oh calm down big boss, you know you liked it, and from the looks of things I would say that Haku-chan liked it too. Naruto pointed at an intensely blushing Haku who stood up and passed the boys to leave. Before shutting the door she gave a small smile to Joshiro. Joshiro sighed and lifted Naruto by his collar. No physical punishment will do for this, I'm gonna make you suffer. With that he left the apartment and shut the door. Naruto chuckled to himself before standing up and walking to Joshiro's bedroom. As he reached the wall that Joshiro's bed sat against he started knocking. Hey big boss, knock it off, Haku-chan has to rest for tomorrow, don't wear her out. He heard fumbling and rapid footsteps as he hightailed it to his room and locked the door. Laughing uncontrollably at the fact that he screwed Joshiro over once more for good measure he fell on his bed. That'll teach big boss to fuck with me. He then heard a flash of light and looked at his door, eyes wide in horror. His eyes rested on Joshiro standing in an open doorway with a look of death on his face. Way to block, you little pain in my ass. You know what I said about bodily harm? Naruto nodded dumbly. I changed my mind. Haku sat on her bed paralyzed in embarrassment. How? He really knew that? She had been mortified as Naruto had beaten on the wall joining their apartments just as she had begun kissing Joshiro in her bed. She didn't budge for hours, as the only thing she heard for hours was the sound of Naruto learning the price one's younger sibling pays for breaking their big brother's attempt at making it. XXX. Team 7 was sitting on the bridge that they usually populated while waiting on Kakashi. Sakura and Sasuke were currently stitching up the bruises, marks, scrapes, and band-aids resting on Naruto's face as he had his eyes closed. Sasuke's curiosity got the best of him. Dobe, what the hell happened to you? You look like you got jumped. Sakura began panicking. Oh no, Naruto, those people from yesterday didn't come after you, did they? Naruto opened his blackened blue eyes. No Sakura, those losers we saw yesterday didn't do this, big boss did it. Sakura looked disgusted. Your own brother did this to you? Why didn't you fight back? Naruto looked at her like she was crazy. He's big fucking boss. He's the guy that trained me. Everything I know about fighting I learned from him. And I did fight back. I fought back and he beat my ass worse than he would have if I had just taken my licks. He said I deserved it, and in hindsight, what I did was seriously fucked up. Sasuke's eyebrow raised. What in the name of Kami did you do to piss him off that badly? Naruto sighed. Last night he and Haku-chan were probably going to do it, and I knocked on the wall and yelled at him not to wear her out. Sasuke recoiled. And he left you in one piece? You probably have marks everywhere on you just like those, if not worse. You shouldn't even be able to stand right now. Sakura hesitated. Naruto, when you say, doing it, do you mean? Naruto cut in. Yes Sakura-chan, Big Boss and Haku were going to fuck. Sasuke got in his face. How are you able to walk? If it were me I would have crippled you. Naruto shivered. I think he tried to. I kept blacking out, but when I was awake I heard something that sounded like, stop fucking healing. I think he couldn't give me a clean break. The kids were broken by their conversation when Kakashi Shunshin ed into view. Hello, sorry I'm late I got. Kakashi stopped his excuse for the day as he looked at Naruto. What in Kami's name happened to you? Naruto sighed at having to repeat himself. I blocked Big Boss from Haku-chan last night. Kakashi looked shocked. And you can still walk? One would have crippled you. Naruto shrugged. I think he tried to. Kakashi came over to him and put a hand on his shoulder. Naruto, that's not cool. You can't just block a man's like that. In the land of fire, if you block someone's, they're legally entitled to kill you. You should apologize for that. Naruto sighed. I'm sorry for blocking Big Bosses. Kakashi shook his head. You shouldn't tell me, you have to tell him. I just hope you learned your lesson. Naruto nodded. Well, I was going to make up an excuse as to why I was late, but I don't feel like it anymore, so here, this is the reason. The genin took forms from Kakashi. What are these for Kakashi-sensei? Sakura asked curiously. Kakashi smiled. These are forms for the Chunin exam. I'm allowing you all to enter for the chance to be promoted. Naruto cheered as Sasuke smiled. Sakura looked slightly concerned. You will all show up tomorrow at room 310 for the exam at 10 a.m. Make sure you have all you think you'll need for a mission. The kids nodded as they walked in their separate directions. Naruto walked home through town as he saw someone familiar. Hey Hinata. He ran towards the blue-haired girl coming to a stop in front of her. Oh hello Naruto-kun. He smiled at her. Well, at least you cut down on stuttering in front of me. You don't have to feel so nervous around me. I won't bite anywhere, that will show. Hinata blushed as red as a tomato at the hidden statement while Naruto laughed. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Your face is priceless right now. I didn't mean to embarrass you so badly. She repressed her blush to a faint one along her cheeks. Naruto-kun, it's all right. Naruto began walking with her as they headed back to the Hyuga compound. So Hinata, I'm going to be in the Chunin exams tomorrow. What about you? She turned her eyes to the ground. I don't know if I'll take part. Kiba and Shino are far stronger than me. I don't think I'll do very well. Naruto grabbed her shoulders. So one might not do so hot myself. I'm still gonna go. Even if I do fail, that's not the point. If I ran away every time something got tough or dangerous, I'd never have made it this far. I might even be dead. Just don't question yourself. If you quit, you'll never grow stronger. She looked at him and nodded rapidly. Good, now we're here. Get some rest. I need to heal. I'll see you later, maybe even in the exams. He ran off before she could answer. Maybe Naruto-kun is right. This could be the thing I need to change. She walked past the guards and entered the compound. XXX. The next day Naruto met his team outside of the academy building. Well, looks like we're all here. So let's go get promoted. Sasuke smirked and nodded. Sakura smiled. As they came up a set of stairs, they saw a group of people standing outside of room 310. The way was being blocked by two ninja. If you weaklings can't get past us, you'll never be Chunin. As they got closer, they saw a green-clad boy on the ground as a girl with buns and a pink Chinese shirt kneeled next to him. We just want to get through to take the Chunin exams. Sasuke hit Naruto's arm and told him to grab Sakura. He did as instructed and left the hallway. In a huge empty stairwell they spoke. What's up Sasuke? What's going on? Sasuke looked around. That room sign had a genjutsu on it. We're on the second floor. So someone else did know? Team 7 turned to see the team held back at the door being led by a white-eyed boy that reminded Naruto of Hinata. The groups moved together. That genjutsu was meant to hold the weaker teams back from entering. You. What's your name? Naruto figured he was talking to him. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. The boy scoffed. Not you loser, you, the Uchiha. Naruto sucked his teeth. Sasuke smirked. You should give your own name before asking for someone else's. The boy narrowed his eyes as Sasuke spoke again. Sakura, Naruto, let's go. As they looked back while leaving, they noticed different things. Naruto obviously knew that the white-eyed kid was related to Hinata, yet he was nothing like her. He found that weird. Sasuke noticed that there were some interesting people at this thing. He felt excited at the first chance to prove his skill. Sakura noticed the wink and thumbs up from the kid in the green spandex, which gave her a shiver. As they climbed the stairs, Naruto heaved a big sigh. Why do I get the feeling that this entire exam is going to be one big freak show? Sasuke smirked. I don't know, it seems like it'll be pretty interesting to me. As they reached room 310, they found Kakashi waiting. Well, it looks like you all showed up. Now I guess I can let you all take the exam. Upon seeing their confused faces, he elaborated. If one of you had failed to show up, I couldn't have let you in. A complete team of genin is required to take the Chunin exams. Naruto spoke up. Why didn't you just tell us that? Kakashi looked at the three. Because if I had told you, then Sakura would have felt pressured to compete. She wouldn't have wanted to disappoint you by failing to show. The two nodded. Well, I guess it doesn't matter since you did all show up. Go on ahead. The genin opened the door to enter room 310. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.